Przedstawiając kolejnego gościa, chciałam powiedzieć, że spotkanie z nim, z Andreą Petrinim, mieliśmy mieć już za sobą. Miał być w Polsce 20 kwietnia. Razem z Larą Gilmore i razem z Sarą Canet. Szykowaliśmy pierwszą w tym roku konferencję ze sztuką teatralną w Teatrze imienia Słowackiego. Muszę powiedzieć, że mam głęboką nadzieję, że tam właśnie spotkamy się na żywo z Andreą. I już we wrześniu planujemy to i mamy nadzieję, że może się uda. A tymczasem rozmawiamy o sztuce przetrwania, bo taki jest tegoroczne hasło wszystkich naszych konferencji, ale w zupełnie innym wymiarze. Nie rozmawiamy o sztuce przetrwania w kontekście ekologicznym, a taki mieliśmy plan. Rozmawiamy o sztuce przetrwania w sensie egzystencjonalnym. Małgosia Minta porozmawia na tą okoliczność z Andreą Petrini. Jedziemy do Lyonu.
Hello, Andrea. Thank you for joining us today and for sharing your time. And it's really nice to see you and hear you from Lyon. And for how long are you staying at home now?
Actually, I came back from Italy weekend. It was the last weekend of February. That was the day when they started to lock down Milan. So ever since I've been in Lyon, no more travels, staying at home, writing, working from home. So like everybody else. So now it's more than 2 months. It's 9 weeks.
Yeah. And it's like everything locked down in Lyon, like
Everything should be locked down. I mean, you cannot go to restaurants, to bars. You cannot you're allowed to go out, and only for two reasons. Actually three. Either if you are for work and you need to justify it, that's really important. I know, say you are a doctor, you go to the hospital, you work into this kind of business. Either you go out for medical reasons. I need to go to the hospital, I need to go to the doctor, I need to go to the pharmacy, or to buy food. And in that case, you can go to groceries, a few supermarkets, you line and you spend some time outside, and then one by one you enter. Having said that, and that's probably the good thing, some of the producers of the local open market, which is not allowed anymore, they come a couple of times a week, and so you can order on the internet, or you just call them. Hey, I want 1 kilos of sweet chords, and I want some kilo of beans, salads, spinach, and stuff. And so that's a way to reconnect and keep working and supporting, sustaining your favorite local producers, and most of them are from the organic side. So you can see how it's little by little swifting to a more sustainable attitude when it comes also to food producers,
so it's like a
including
spontaneous.
including wine shops, including wine
Okay.
shops. And
So the
during the
winemakers
lockdown, you don't pay the delivery. You don't pay the post and packaging. Say,
so in effect, like somehow this food chain became shorter in a way.
yes,
There's like,
yes,
as you
in a way.
with
In a
the
way.
farmers
Will
and
it
all.
last? Will it confirm itself once we go back kind to normal? I don't know. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yes. But I know that a lot of restaurants in Lyon are still considering, hey, what I'm gonna do. poor guys, they're still waiting for precise instructions from the government about
Okay.
the social distancing and all the other stuff.
Because now even like the takeaway is not allowed, isn't it?
Takeaway is allowed in certain places. Delivery is allowed. It's more established in a certain way in big cities like Paris. But actually, a lot of people are waiting for precise instructions. Officially, we should know. They should know by beginning of June what's gonna happen to restaurants. Will they be allowed to open again? What will be the distance between tables? Will they be allowed to go on the sidewalks in order to gain back the space there to refuse for the social distancing? Actually, nobody has a clue. Nobody has a clue.
Yeah,
They are
no
still
one
waiting
knows.
for the government to send out precise instructions. But for me, it's clear that you will be obliged in a certain way to reinvent yourself. I mean, there will be less people, less customers. People will still be afraid of going out for dinner. Maybe if you cannot go with friends and the tables will be only for 2 or 4 people, maybe say, oh, whatever, I'm staying home. It's not joyful enough. There will be a strong economical crisis, so less clients. So you will be obliged to try to find new formulas, new attitudes. A lot of restaurants in Paris say they were open just for the dinner service. If you can get, if you are obliged to have only half the customers you are used to serve, what you're gonna do? Are you gonna do a double service at night? Are you gonna open at midday and do a different kind of service? Are you gonna shorten your offerings? Say only propose a few dishes. In order to be more seasonable, to spend less money, to change even more often. I hope, I'm sure that there will be some changes. We don't know yet, but something is for sure. They need to think once and twice and 3 times and find new formulas. Otherwise, there will be nothing. If you are a chef or restaurateur and you say, hey, I'm waiting to know what to do. Basically, if you wait to open again and go back to what you were doing 3 months ago with the same clients, with the same economical criteria, with the same proposal, you are doomed.
You're dealing a lot with the chefs who are like the most avant-garde, the part of the strongest avant-garde in gastronomy, like the pushing the boundaries, breaking the rules, and establishing like this gastronomic culture of nowadays. And probably also in this few weeks, I bet you spend a lot of time talking with them. And I wonder,
Yeah.
what is your intuition regarding what will happen to this top fine dining, or this most avant-garde, innovative part of gastronomy that is changing after, at the end, also what we eat and how we eat, even at home?
Honestly, I don't have a clue. Nobody has a clue. They do not have a clue. The most open-minded, they know, they feel under their skin that they need to change, but they're still trying to sort out ideas. Something that's coming to the surface, and some of them got it, understood it, is that the aura of the chef, the importance of the star chef, of the chef who opens new frontiers, the chef at the most cutting edge position in the profession. is coming to an end. They know we will not go back to our most beloved restaurant expecting the same food, expecting the same service, expecting the same clients around, expecting the same 24 courses menu. That seems so passé, so outdated, so yesterday news. In a certain way, they are looking around. Look, we are on Zoom today. Everywhere in every country there is talks with chefs in the States, in Europe, in different countries. Some of the chefs you'll be talking to will be tomorrow or were yesterday doing the same thing with other people. Don't you think that these chef talks or me talking to you today is like the upgraded version of what they were doing 4 months ago, flying from a congress to another, from a showcase, a master class, a symposium? See, they are trying to adjust. Ferran Adrià used to say 20 years ago, when was the beginning of these culinary congresses, hey, you're not obliged to come every year and go on stage. These congresses should be for those of us who have new things to tell, to share. And in Ferran words, that meant if you have new ideas, new techniques, new groundbreaking formulas. But nowadays, or till a few months ago, the idea of going to culinary congresses, of occupying a space, had become so central for chefs to establish their posture, their cult image. But do I have every day, every week, new interesting things to say? I don't think so, personally, not. So why would I have new interesting things to say? Why don't we feel sometimes the right or the need to be silent, to say, okay, maybe next year, maybe in 3 months, let me think a little bit more. We should take advantage a little bit of what could be taken from this lockdown. More time to think, to reflect, to meditate, or to consider upon things, etc. But it really strikes me. I mean, I see all my friends, all these familiar faces on Monday on live from whatever, and the other day from other countries. It seems like the upgraded version of something you already knew before, but everybody's looking. So,
but again, like I find that this is also the time, as you mentioned, that no one really knows what will happen tomorrow, and I think no one really knows how to behave on a precise day. For this time, it's really needed to share like a good solutions, because like every day is a bit new. So maybe some solution that worked out in one country could be implemented in other. That's, at least for me, it's not more about the techniques, but sharing some good practices of survival,
but
because
I mean,
this is what we are
as a journalist, as a writer, I've been asked many times, hey, what's coming next? I mean, what's the new big thing? What's the new fashion? What's the new, I don't know, say, once upon a time there was the French cuisine, there came the Spanish, then came the Vikings. So what's next? But nowadays, nobody's asking, hey, what's next in terms of gastronomy wise, culinary wise, food wise, but hey, what's next? How we are going to adjust to what is coming? The problem is, are we going towards a very different world, or are we going back to more of the same, probably even slightly worse? Some things could develop in a good way, as we were saying, the relation with the producers, the more localism, even people who didn't pay much attention to food, now they're really feeling there's a connection between the war, the pandemics, the virus, the relation with nature, blah 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 blah, the mass production, blah blah. You see what I mean? The role of the mega corporations, how if you delocalize, you end up in a country where you don't produce anymore a certain kind of food, or you don't produce anymore medical stuff, including masks, and you have to order it from China, from the other end of the world. So there's a lot of thinking going on. But maybe some things will be more of the same, even in a little bit more complicated way. Imagine 50 years ago, Paul Bocuse said to the chef, you should get out of the kitchen and spread out the world of good cuisine. They got it. And over the last 20 years, they even overdid it. I mean, chefs spend more time traveling than staying at home. There were also the days when the internet went booming. Now, what are we going to do when we end up each country, at least for this year, at least till the end of the year? Maybe it's going to be better next year, when we're going to find again only with, you'll find again dealing only with locals. There will be less tourists. The idea of flying from Australia to, I don't know, wherever, to visit a destination restaurant, to produce, I don't know how many carbon prints, spend, I don't know how much money, when you might be on the dole where there's no certainty about the future. Maybe the old punk slogan, do you remember, no future, maybe will be back in fashion again these days.
Thank you very much, Andrea, though I could spend the
Hey.
whole day chatting with you. I miss that a lot. I would just like to have...
Soon.
I hope.